Welcome to the Master Certification Training for the TruAge scanner, and congratulations on your decision to purchase a TruAge scanner. The scanner will be an integral part in taking your business building activity to the next level. This device costs a substantial amount of money, so it's important that you use the scanner to its full potential in order to get the maximum benefit out of your purchase. This Master Certification Training will show you step by step how to use the TruAge scanner to build your business. The Master Certification Training is divided into 3 different parts. First, talking about AGEs. Second, using the TruAge scanner. And third, the TruAge system. You will need to complete all 3 sections in order to be a certified TruAge technician. To assist you in learning, we have provided a workbook to accompany this training. Please have it in front of you throughout each section of the training. If you haven't printed it off yet, please pause the presentation now and do so. At different times throughout the presentation, you will see a pencil graphic in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. This means that there is a workbook page associated with the slide. Because this is a Master Certification Training, we need to make sure that you understand everything being taught before we mail you the badge and certificate. Therefore, there will be a written assessment at the end of the training that you'll need to complete, so make sure and take good notes. Before you can use the scanner to capitalize on the TruAge message, you need to first have an understanding of what the TruAge message is. That is what we will be discussing in this training. To begin, we will go over what AGEs are, where they come from, how they affect the body, and what you can do about it. When talking to potential customers, they may not understand what AGEs are. Therefore, one of the most common questions you will get is, what are AGEs? Answering this question requires that you not only understand what AGEs are, but that you are able to explain them in simple terms. AGE stands for Advanced Glycation End Products. AGEs are formed when excess sugar binds with protein. When AGEs build up in the body, they become very dangerous to our health. It's that simple. Sure, there's a lot more to it than that, but this will give your prospective customers a basic understanding of what AGEs are. Let's see if you can explain it in simple terms. What are AGEs? AGEs are dangerous compounds that form when sugar binds with protein. Now, you'll notice that there's a pencil on the top of the screen. Remember, anytime this pencil appears, pause the presentation and reference your workbook. So you don't forget this answer, let's write it down in your workbook. Turn to page 3 and fill in the blank. Please pause this presentation now and write it down. While the presentation is paused, see if you can repeat the answer without looking at what you wrote. Once you're able to do this, resume the webinar. Another question customers may ask is, where do AGEs come from? Remember that AGEs are formed when excess sugar and protein combine. AGEs can be formed in 2 different ways, internally and externally. Our bodies create AGEs internally from the foods that we eat. Everything we eat either has protein, sugar, or both in it. Even food that's good for us. When we eat these foods, the excess sugar and protein bind inside our bodies. This process is called glycation. AGEs are also formed externally in food. When we combine foods with high heat, through cooking methods such as grilling or searing, AGEs form on the food before we eat it. Bacon, for example, contains a very high amount of AGEs because of the high heat it takes to cook it and the caramelizing that takes place. Additionally, high processed and sugary foods are also very high in AGEs. So, let's refer back to that question. Where do AGEs come from? AGEs come from the foods we eat. Once again, turn to page 3 in your workbook and fill in the blanks. If needed, pause this training, repeat your answer a few times, and then resume the training. Now that we know what AGEs are and where they come from, the next logical question people might ask is, what do AGEs do? In very simple terms, AGEs cause us to age. From the day we are born to the day we die, we eat food. Because foods have sugar, protein, or both, AGEs are formed in our body. Our body does have a way of ridding itself of AGEs. When AGEs build up faster than our bodies can get rid of them, they attach themselves to our internal organs and systems and damage them. When this occurs, it can speed up the aging process. So, when one of your prospects asks the question, what do AGEs do? You now know the answer. AGEs cause us to age by damaging our organs and systems. Pull out your workbook, turn to page 3, and fill in the blanks. Once again, take a second to really understand this and repeat it to yourself. Press pause and then resume when you're ready. The last question we will cover when it comes to talking about AGEs is, what can I do about my AGEs? This is a very valid and important question. This is the question you want people to ask because it means that they probably have a good understanding of the damage AGEs cause and that it's important to manage them. Thankfully, AGEs can be measured and managed. Just like with your cholesterol or blood pressure levels, you need to know your AGE levels so that you can manage them. Let's look at the different ways to measure AGEs, and then we'll talk about how to manage them. AGEs can be measured in a variety of ways, including a urinalysis, blood draw, or tissue biopsy. Each of these is very invasive and often uncomfortable. It can also take weeks to get the results. Luckily, there's a better, faster way to measure AGEs that doesn't involve blood, urine, or a scalpel. Let me introduce you to the TruAge scanner, a certified scientific device that measures AGEs in your body. The technology used in the TruAge scanner has been validated and proven effective by over 100 scientific publications around the globe. This non-invasive device measures AGE levels within 15 seconds and is as accurate as a tissue biopsy. Now that we know how to measure AGEs in our bodies, we need to know how to manage them. The first way is to reduce the intake of AGEs in our body. We can do this by watching what we eat. We should eat fresh fruits and vegetables and try and avoid fast food. Regular exercise also helps burn excess sugar in the blood before it can bind to protein and form AGEs. Smoking increases AGEs, so quitting smoking can greatly reduce the intake of AGEs in our body. While there are many ways to slow the rate of AGE acquisition in our bodies, one of the best things we can do to manage our AGE levels is to drink TruAge Max. This is the only product on the market shown to help support healthy AGE levels. Drinking Max can help inhibit the bonds between sugar and protein. Doing so prevents AGEs from forming in the first place. This is key information that you'll want to know when talking to someone about ways to manage their AGE levels. The next concept you need to help people understand is how to get rid of existing AGEs. Getting adequate sleep, eating right, and exercising will allow our bodies to function properly and get rid of AGEs. Again, one of the best things we can do to support healthy AGE levels is to drink TruAge Max. In a clinical study, people with elevated AGE levels who consumed 60 milliliters of Max per day had a reduction in AGEs by as much as 24% in just 4 weeks. That is a huge amount for someone who has high AGEs. So, when asked, what can I do about my AGEs? Your response will be, first, find out your AGE levels with the TruAge scanner. Once you know your levels, you can manage your AGEs by eating well, exercising, getting plenty of sleep, and using TruAge Max. Let's take a quick second to pause the presentation and write down this information in your workbook on page 3. Try to answer these questions without looking at your workbook. Once you feel you've mastered it, press the play button and we'll move on. Now that you know how to talk about AGEs with your customers, let's take a look at how all of these statements tie together. The amazing thing about the TruAge message is that it makes sense. Let's take a look at the simple explanation of AGEs that we just discussed. AGEs are dangerous compounds that form when sugar binds with protein. They come from the food we eat, and they cause us to age by damaging our organs and bodily systems. We can measure our AGE level with the TruAge scanner, and we can manage them by eating well, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and using TruAge Max. Now it's your turn. Turn to page 5 in your workbook, and in your own words, write a paragraph that describes what we just read. If you need visual help, use the pictures at the bottom of the screen to help you answer. Hit pause, write it down, practice it, and then resume this presentation. The TruAge message is very powerful and simple. It changes the way people look at their health. More importantly, it creates an amazing opportunity for you to help people improve their health and financial standing. You have now completed Part 1 of the TruAge Master Certification. You should be able to answer all of the questions that we discussed during this training. If not, take some time and review the information in this training again. Thanks for your time, and remember, there are still 2 more trainings left in the TruAge Master Certification.